Hey folks, I want to invite you all to join me around 9 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight for a discussion that is unlike most of the discussions to be had here on at least this portion of Welcome to My World / Dominique Does Life. We're going to talk a little bit about what went on in Charlottesville, and we are going to try to look at things rationally, logically, and look at the facts. And we're going to look at the psychology of the equivalency that's being drawn between the supposed, I don't know whether they truly all were, Antifa and the neo-Nazis. We are very confident, of course, that neo-Nazis were involved in this protest that went so horribly wrong. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about psychology and some of the responses that were given to this really tragic set of events. And we're going to talk about why things like this happen and how and why they are so attractive to people. What attracts people to these sorts of movements? Why do things like this happen? And why do we respond the way we respond to these things? Why do we have these innately sort of hostile responses? Why do we rebel so hard against the idea that perhaps there was some hate involved in this protest? We're going to talk all about these things, and of course, if you've been listening at all lately, you know that I'm going to address confirmation bias. You know that I'm going to address the just world fallacy, and we're going to just talk a little bit about the response by world leaders and by leaders within our country to this really tragic state of affairs. So please join me, not just to listen, but to talk, because it's great for me to come out and say stuff and for people to listen, but I don't really want to whistle into the graveyard. I don't want to be shouting into the void. So I think the more we can all get people talking about this, the better. I'm trying to do my part, and I hope you'll join me. So do tune back in around 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm waiting for a couple of appointments to wrap up and to finish up some work, and then I will be back with you. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. Join me very shortly in about 20 minutes here. 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a respectful discussion. Have a mature discussion. And keep it real, okay? Be back with you guys very shortly. Thank you so much for tuning in.